my kitchen. So welcome to my kitchen. This is Kathy Ray. I'm going to show you, I'm getting ready to do a floral for my mother's cemetery grave, and I just wanted to show you how to put one together. They're very easy to put together. These are very nice flowers I have here. I happened on a sale last year, and because of the pandemic, it was one of the best sales I've ever seen. And so this year I'm making them out of these beautiful flowers. I have some lots of filler flowers that are pretty, and I'm going to use some more of this from the Dollar Tree. And purple was one of her favorite colors, so I'm using lots of shades, different shades of purple. And I have to make a big bow for it, but I am going to do something I haven't ever done before. I sprayed this white, and I'm actually going to fold it around and glue it and gorilla tape it to the inside of this and make like a fence around the flower garden. And I think it'll be really pretty. It's going to be very different from anything I've ever done before. As you see, I put a little bit too much there. Might have to go over that with white, or maybe some of the flowers will cover it up. But I wanted to make it a little, dirty it up just a wee bit, because I wanted this distressed. So I just carried it on down into the basket part too. And then it'll have a big hook on it, and it'll hang on a hook. So I think this is going to be very pretty. All I'm going to do is, you see I have the styrofoam glued already. I'm going to put hot glue on the back of these and press them down, and then I'm going to hold them with tape. I took my Gorilla Tape, and because it is so sticky, I cut it in half. Actually, once you get it cut, you can just pull it in half. Real easy to work with, and that will help it stay and stay tight. So I am going to do that because I'm sure it's going to be fun to do. But I'm going to do that off the camera, and then when I get that secured down and everything, I will be back and we'll start arranging these flowers. Okay, I have my fence glued in my basket now. I'm going to show you the inside. I put hot glue, like I told you I was going to, on each of these long things that would normally go in the ground, but they're going on the basket. And then I put Gorilla Glue on top of it all. And I did it while it was still warm, so it would kind of adhere to that glue also. So I think that will hold up pretty well, I think. Anyway, like I said, this is definitely a trial thing for me this year. So I'm going to put just a few of these long flowers in here. I cut them down about this much last night, but I like things that are going outside. I like to put a little hot glue in them. And I have one just a little bit taller. This is my center flowers. I have one just a little bit taller than the other. And just stick a little bit of hot glue on there. And I do want them different heights. So they will, and like I've told you before, just bend them a tiny bit to make them look realistic. Now these other flowers are much, much shorter, and they will go down farther into the basket. And some of them will stick out and different things. I think that will look really pretty. And like I showed you before, I have some of this filler. Some of it's long, some of it's shorter. So I'm going to, actually I think I'll do that'd be the smart thing to do my bottom. Because I don't want it, well, that wasn't the smartest thing to do. Last night I put that sleeve back on there because I thought it was pretty, but it didn't let enough of the wire stick out. So I changed my mind on that one. And what I'm going to do is, I'll show you here, is I'm going from the outside in. So some of them stick out just a little bit. This one I actually put a little pick on it because it was so short that I picked it. There, I've just got that peeking over there. I'm gonna put one around on this side. I think I'll go in through the rod iron, the plastic rod iron, with this one also. And so that's how I'm starting. I've got the 3 white ones on the bottom and the 2 variegated ones on the top. Okay, now I'm going to put some of these little picks in here. I ran out of my skewers, or actually I think I just can't find them. And so I resorted to using, I found some long matches that they make for, I guess, for candles or for the grill or whatever, and I've had them for 2 or 3 years. And after a while, those things don't work quite as well. So I just took some of those and decided I would break the little part off that you light and use those. So, you know, when you do crafts, you can use a variety of things to get you through. You don't always have to buy brand new. Now this will be really pretty just here sticking up over the top of our main flowers. And I'm going to poke it down. It's pretty weighty on the top, so I'm really going to poke this down in the styrofoam because it is pretty weighty. Okay, so here's what we've got so far. Okay, right now it still looks pretty empty, doesn't it? So I think what I'm going to do is put some greenery down in it because I don't want to get where I can't reach into it. Not quite as hard when there's not the little fence there, but that little fence is going to make it look really different and cute, I think. So I got to cut a couple of these, and here we go. Isn't this pretty? I just love this stuff. Now I'm going to let this, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. I am literally going to hang it, let it droop down. I think that is so pretty. And I'm going to put a little hot glue on it, of course, because I don't want it to go anywhere. And this will also help to cover my styrofoam. And if you wanted to, you could take one of those pins that I've showed you before, and you could actually pin it back in there, and it would cover even more of it. But I have some old scrap leaves that I don't ever throw leaves and stuff away, that I saved from some other projects that I'm actually going to do that with. So I'm not going to worry about it. And then I've got another piece here that I'm going to put just on the other side. Just put a little hot glue in it and let it flow. There we go. Let it flow that way. So see, we've got 2 long pieces. I might cut that other branch off. I know they don't necessarily grow the very same length, but I'm gonna use this other piece in another place. So there, see, I just cut it So it's a little more even on both sides. And I do want a third one on there. This is my last piece, I believe, of this. Or maybe, rather than the green, maybe I'll put one of these long purple ones out. I think that would be very pretty. Okay, there we go. See, that one's out, and we got it all the way around. Now, I'm going to start putting filler flowers in and things for the center to be filled up. I like flowers pretty full. I really don't like skimpy ones. So I'll be using the majority of all of this. And the beauty of these are, you do it till you think it looks good. You know, when you go in a flower shop or something, the flower designer there, it's how they look. But we all have a little different opinions on where things and how full and different things should be. So you see this? I put some of that greenery, if you can see it, in the center, and it started filling the center good. And that will help. I might not even have to put what I called my scrap greenery in there. Might not even have to do that. Oh, that one needed a pin. Didn't have a big enough stem on it. So I've got these little, I call them upholstery pins. Florists also use them. They're little like U-shaped pins, and you can do many things with them. So anyway, we're just going to keep going around and continue to put these florals. Some are picked, some are just long stem. So I think this is going to be really pretty when it's all finished. I love these colors, and I like the touches of pink with it. It just kind of makes it pop. And there's pink in these flowers, if you'll notice. When you go to buy your flowers, notice the different little shades that they have in them. Most of the flowers today are made so well that they just almost look real. You know, just look at that pink in there. Doesn't that look pretty? And there's the pink in these flowers up here. So, yeah, just work with it. Here's another one of those square ones. Okay, and all I did with these, I did them last night. I cut them all off the vines, and I took some of this tape. This is a florist tape, and it sticks to itself, and you just start wrapping, and you make sure you wrap it on itself at first, and then you just go up or down, whichever way you like to go, and it covers it, and you can cover the whole thing if you want, but normally I don't cover it all the way down. I save my tape. But here, I put another one to float out there. And it used to be, sometimes I have to tell these little stories when they pop in my head. Used to be that I always bought, my mom had this big planter box, flower box in the front of her house. And for Mother's Day, I would buy flowers to fill it and then plant them in there for her, because she really didn't like that job. And but she liked it to be pretty, with pretty flowers. So that was her Mother's Day present most of the time, unless my brother beat me to it, and then, and then he did it. But we both knew it was something that she really liked. And so in doing these, it just is kind of makes me have good, fond memories of things we did. And she would sit there and she would unpot them for me so I could plant them in the ground. And she was kind of in control of the color. I let her do that. And so anyway, I put that big pink one there. And it's starting to shape up. I mean, I still have a lot left, but it's really starting to shape up. So I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to just put in the rest of the filler. And I will be back before you know it with my stuff to make the bow, or I might make the bow, I'm not real sure, and put a big bow in it, and it'll be done. So I'll see you in a flash. Okay, I promised you I'd show you how I made the bow. And I made a mesh bow. Couldn't find anything that I liked. So I just went with the colors I was using. I had those. And literally all I did was make some poofs in my hand and went back and made a bow shape. And then I have a little bit left here. So I'm going to do it again. Okay. They don't have to be even in this. This one I'm doing right now, the one I did that you've seen, I actually made several of them probably close to the same size. But this one is going to go on just a few flowers and a piece of greenery that's going to go on one of those, oh, I don't know what you call them. She has a like a little vase that sits in the tombstone itself. And so I'm going to put a flower there. But there it is. Isn't that simple? And then all you do is right where my fingers are there, I take pipe cleaner and I just go around it and give it some twists like this. Okay. And then I'm going to take some, I don't have anything out, but some pieces of greenery and a couple little flowers, little purpley flowers I had left. And then that will match the basket. When I do my final pictures of this, I will show you what it is. And all you do is you just hold it much like you would a bouquet, put you a couple pieces of greenery in it, maybe 2 or 3 flowers, attach it back here. And then hers is fixed. I have styrofoam in it already. So I'll put it on a big long pick and it'll all just go down in there. And that will be that. So it's very, very simple. Much prettier than what you buy in Walmart or someplace. Unless you go to a florist. And florists, of course, are always great, but a little pricey. And this part here is actually made out of my scraps. So I'll be back when I get this together and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, hi. I decided to show you a little bit of how to put this together because maybe it was clear as mud to you. I took a full stem of the pink, okay? And then I didn't cut this one. This one I left, okay? And this is going to be my longest piece. And it's going to be the one that will go down in the styrofoam that's already out there. If the styrofoam is not already there, then you need to put these into a square piece of styrofoam or one of those little containers that you can buy. Mine's already there, so I'm making it to work with what I have. And then I'm literally just going to take some wire and go around it a few times to secure it. Not a biggie. And just clip that. Well, I clipped something, but it wasn't my wire. I don't know what I clipped. Okay, just clip that off. I didn't put a whole lot, just enough to hold it a little bit. And then I'm going to take that tape And I'm going to just let it go down, and I'm going to just wrap it so it looks pretty. And you see I just wrapped it on top of itself. This is pretty for aesthetic, just for looks, for aesthetics. And just, it'll help hold all those flowers together. And see, if you wrap it where it catches the edge of the piece that you just wrapped around, it's going to stick to itself very well. And when you get to the bottom, sometimes I just do it super tight and like a little roll. And then I even add a tiny bit of hot glue at the very end, because when you go sticking it in there, it might want to move it. Okay, so this is this. I'm not making this really fancy. I don't want this to be, this isn't the big thing. The big thing is the basket. So I want this to be definitely like a secondary flower. And then I take my bow I made a while ago and just put it on there. Wrap the pipe cleaner around, and that is pretty much that. Isn't that pretty? All right, beautiful. Okay, so that will be that, and that will go down in the little pot in front of it. So I'm going to take some pictures of everything and finish out the video that way with a little bit. And these are easy. If you need to make them to match, just get enough of everything that's alike, because some people have two of them. We have one in the center. And do it that way. If you want it more elaborate and you don't put a basket up, add some flowers in this. Just add some flowers. You've got your shape here already. So just put some flowers in it, and you might put a couple things coming down. Very easy, very easy. And there you go. It's just what it is. It's pretty. So anyway, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, here's the finished product again. Ta-da! Anyway, I hope you picked up a few tips from this this little video, and it'll help you make your projects with the florals a little easier. Don't be afraid of them. You can always pull them out and put them in, cut them down a little bit if they're too long. Just don't be afraid. Just take your time and do what you like in the colors you like, and have fun with it. That's the main thing, is that you have fun with what you're doing, and it could be a good relaxing hobby for you. I know it has been for me through the years. And on top of that, then it also saves you a little bit more money, or at least maybe get you some more for your money. So have fun with it. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Like this, please.